I do well, then I relapse. I do well again, and then I relapse. I do well again, and then I relapse. The line has got to be drawn here. This will be my last stand. Hi, I'm Keith, and welcome back to the vlog. Well, kind of a funny story. Hold that thought. So, a little bit more respectable. I was starting to feel like a homeless person. But before we get into that, let's jump back to the last place I left you. I had just arrived in Wyoming and I had a plan. I was going to do some altitude training at the elevation of 6,000 feet. That's what Cheyenne is. The weather was absolute garbage. It was freezing. I started off by doing the Greenway. The Greenway was a trail that I had done previously in 2018, and the plan was to slowly work my way up to start doing the 20 miles around Cheyenne. It's not a perfect loop, but it's close enough. Ultimately, I didn't do very much. I did 10 miles the first day. I did 7 miles another day, but between the cold, it started affecting my back. I was having trouble with the altitude. The ankle was hurting. It became a week and a half of hanging out with my friend and going out to dinner, which did not do the diet any favors. So ultimately, I decided to leave Cheyenne for the time being and get back on the road, get back to some proper hikes. So I headed west into Utah, ultimately ending up at Zion National Park. Zion National Park was a place that I've wanted to go for quite some time now, and it is absolutely stunning. The things that I saw there are just breathtaking. It's like works of art. You're surrounded by these giant works of art. And the first day I got there late in the day, so I kind of did a scenic drive through it. There's like a 12-mile drive. You go through a tunnel, you go to the other side of the park, and just looking at the magnificence of these, I think they're called mesas, was just breathtaking. So that evening, I had to find a place to set up camp, and the national parks are crowded right now. So getting a campsite in a national park, unless you booked it months in advance, which I didn't do, not possible. So looking for a quick place to catch some sleep, I found a Walmart parking lot about an hour away from the park. Now there was one closer, but at the time I found it, I was like, this'll do. That next morning I got up, I had some peanut butter and jelly for breakfast because, you know, on the road, a little peanut butter and jelly, something good to have. And then I checked the weather and I saw that at 1 o'clock that day, it was gonna get colder and rain. But Tuesday was supposed to be nice, so I said, okay, well, let's go knock out a couple of hikes before 1 o'clock, and then I'll just take her easy, and then Tuesday I'll knock out more hikes. So I got to the park, and I did the Watchman Trail. The Watchman Trail was pretty cool. It starts off from the visitor center. You work your way to a trail. You walk along by the river. Cross a road. I saw this big boulder. I made a joke on my Facebook and Instagram saying proof that Chuck Norris has been here. You know, get it? Because it looks like it was karate chopped. Yeah, I'm so funny. So I started working my way up the hike, and now I'm on a trail. I'm going up, and it's a bit windy. And I'm really feeling it. It's like my heart's pounding. You know, it's a great workout. This is the first hike I've done since the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, because the Greenway in Cheyenne doesn't count. But I'm holding up pretty good. You know, once again, the scenery is beautiful. I get to the top. I'm taking in the view. Now, call me crazy, but does this look like Darth Vader's profile? Because when I looked at that, I thought, that looks like Darth Vader's profile. I could just be seeing things, though. Maybe I was delusional at the time, but you tell me what you see in the video. So after a nice hike, I worked my way back to the car to figure out the next hike I was going to do. And that's when the rain started. And I thought, oh, crap, it started earlier than I thought. So then I checked the weather, and not only did it start earlier than I thought, but now it's raining into Tuesday. And I thought, oh, man. So I figured, all right, come up with a game plan. And it occurred to me that 2.5 hours south of Zion National Park was Las Vegas, Nevada. And I haven't been to Las Vegas in some time. And I thought, let me see if I can get a deal on a room. You know, because places like that have some pretty good deals because they want you to go to their hotel to gamble in their casino. And with me being a veteran, I get discounts sometimes. So I call up the Mirage and I ask them, I say, hey, any chance I can get a deal on a room? And I had been here previously sometime in the past, and apparently, and I didn't know this, I had an offer. And I was like, an offer? And the guy's like, well, how long do you want to stay for? And I said, well, I mean, 1, maybe 2 days if it's in the budget. He goes, well, you have a comp for a free room for 4 days. And I was like, what? He goes, and because you're a veteran, you don't have to pay the resort fee. You see, a room might cost $40, but then they tack on the resort fee cost because there's a pool, a spa, stuff like that's another $40, so it could be $80. And because I'm a veteran, I don't have to pay the resort fee. And because of that, I get the room completely for free. And I was like, I get a room for 4 days for free in Las Vegas? He's like, yeah, and actually there's more. I was like, what more could there possibly be? He goes, you have a credit for $300 for food and beverage while you're here. And I thought, that's amazing. I get a room for 4 days and I get $300 in food. He goes, but wait, there's more. I'm like, what is going on here? So they gave me a $450 free play to gamble with in the casino. And I thought, oh my goodness, I feel like I just won the lottery. And the room they gave me isn't just a room, it's a freaking suite. I've never stayed in a suite in my life. So here's a quick tour of my suite. We've got this open area with the couch and the TV, the table. Here's the master bedroom. Here's the master bath. I got a shower and I got a tub with some Jetstream bubbles in there. Not to mention, I got not only a toilet, but I've got a bidet. Bidet to you, sir. I've never used one before. Not till this trip, anyway. Interesting experience. So now I'm in Las Vegas. I've got money for food. I've got money to gamble with. And I'm in driving distance to Zion National Park. So this became my base of operations for the next few days. On Monday, the day I got in, I took a shower. I had some delightful dinner down at the casino, and I'm not gonna lie, the diet went out the freaking window this week. I'm in Vegas, I'm living like a king. So then Tuesday, I explored some of Las Vegas. I walked the boulevard. Now, I didn't take any photos or bring any video because, to be honest, I'm a little iffy about stuff like that because the camera stuff, you know, taking it on the trail is one thing, but taking it around like Las Vegas is something completely different, and I want to be careful with it. You know, I don't want it to get stolen or damaged. So I just did a walk. I did a 4-mile walk. It's just 2 miles up one way, 2 miles back the other way, and it was a pretty interesting experience. And I thought maybe it's time to trim the beard down because I think I was mistaken for a homeless person because none of the panhandlers, you know, tried to bug me to buy anything or give them anything, and the girls that dress like showgirls to take photos with people, that pester people to take photos, they kind of looked at me in disgust, and I was like, oh, you know, I was wearing my mask, but the beard was just kind of sticking out, so I thought, all right, time to trim the beard. I had a really cool thing that I found out about before I got here. An old friend from the military was here in Las Vegas, Samantha Szorka. She's someone that I knew when I was in Korea. She was Army, she worked for the Armed Forces Network, and I was Air Force. but we both had similar taste in movies. We were both coffee drinkers, and we got along awesome. You know, we used to sit and watch MacGyver reruns and drink coffee and talk about weird stuff. Well, I haven't seen Samantha in 15 years, and she was here in Las Vegas, and she is on an adventure of her own, and I highly recommend you check this out. So she's got a TikTok. I didn't have a TikTok until I talked to Sam. Now I got a TikTok so I can follow her journey. She is on a horseback journey from Las Vegas to Carson City, which is 550 miles, and she's sharing the whole thing on TikTok. I guess it's the Nevada Discovery Ride, and it's something that she's done a couple of times before in different places in Nevada. But her horse Sage, and I believe a dog are going to go on this trip, and she's going to be sharing updates on TikTok. So I'm going to pin a comment at the top of the video, and I want you to highly encourage you to check it out. It's a kind of a pretty big deal for her. I'm really proud of her. I'm real happy for her. It was really great to see her again. She came over to the hotel, and it was kind of cool to be like, come on, check out my place, you know? So we got to come up to the suite, drink coffee, chat like old times. It was a really fun experience. It was really good. So please, highly recommend checking it out. I'm not totally familiar with TikTok, so I got it just for the purposes of following her. And she's a pretty cool person, and I think you'll really enjoy the videos. There's a high probability that this video is going to go too long. I'm going to have to break it up into multiple parts, hopefully only 2.